Moro, today, I don't know. Yesterday was the most darkest day in the history, I would say in the history of my life, actually. And a death of a person has never hit me hard like yesterday.
Wow.
Yes. Because knowing the person that I worked with closely, Omane Boamah, at least expected he was about going. Because as of yesterday in the morning, 7:45, we were discussing very important national issue.
Oh, yesterday?
Yesterday.
7:45
a.m. The chats are still here.
Is it like a regular interaction with
yes,
on daily basis?
Daily basis, we talk, chat about issues. You know, see, I don't want to say but he's gone. He was the director of elections of the NDC, although a defense minister. He still holds that position. Yeah. And I deputize him with my other colleagues. So daily, when it comes to election matters and all that, we share. He will give us directions and all that. I've never seen a gem like that in the business of elections. Like, he was like a chairman in a boardroom. He will come out with strategy, with plan, and then we will just go and execute.
And I'm told he is very, very scientific in his approach.
And meticulous. Meticulous when it comes to figures. When you come with your plan, Omane will look at you and ask you simple questions. What you have brought, does it make sense to you? If it makes sense to me, then it makes sense to me. You reflect back before you now go ahead. So we discuss. And my other colleague was to take the lead today to Akotia. It was about Akotia. So he was, at that morning, he was still doing his job as a director of elections. Although he had another national assignment he was going to do. We didn't know. He never disclosed to us that he was going for the trip. So when he was telling us about what to do for the Akotia, what to do, go and do this, you take charge of this, you do this, you come with your report, this and that. 11 something, then the story started coming.
Where were you then?
I was in my office. Jack, I collapsed. I didn't understand what was going on. My driver had to come and pick me, carry me to India High Commission to sit there because I didn't know what was going on. I said from 88 up to now, it was yesterday, tears started flowing my eyes. I was just looking at this. What is this? Is this a dream story? What is happening? Such a brilliant person I've ever met. Omane hardly talks. He only put pen and paper. And then what you put on paper, anywhere you are going, you go with it. And you come back with results. That was the kind of person he was. You go, sit down before you, Omane will tell you, look, don't go to TV station or radio station unprepared. If you know you are not prepared, don't appear there at all. These are the areas you should handle. Don't go this path, go this path. And you always succeed in that aspect. Brother Moro, Ghana, we have lost a gem. We have lost a gem. Damn brainy. He understood the game of politics, how to navigate in the difficulties of opposition and in power. Just last week in his office, we met all our directors of elections after we've won and all that, had very beautiful discussions with them and all that. Putting strategies, I took down the news and then we were about starting implementing some of the things we discussed, and the man left us midway like this. It's very bad, very, very terrible. Muntaka was my junior in the training college. We attended the same training college, Tamale teacher training college. Once I was in my final year, they came in the first year. So I knew him from afar. I mean, and later on, very close, working together when he was the MP for Nanton, and later on Tamale. I know his passion for the youth, especially Tamale Enclave. Muntaka will meet me and say, you always say, a computer, what are we doing for the youth over there? We have to do something for them. They have worked hard. They need jobs. You guys must create something, bring up something. I'm also doing something. Let's get them employed. That was his passion. Tamale was in his head always. Anytime he meets you, he'll tell you, what are we doing for Tamale, my people? That's where you stay. And although you are from Bimbila, but you live all your life in Tamale. So I said, we have that plan. He visited me in my office recently. Spoke at length. I didn't know that he was part of the delegation until when the gentleman who called me was mentioning the name, I just threw the phone away. And even the most interesting aspect and sad part of it is Samuel Sapon. We had we meet always on Tuesdays, Functional Executive Committee meeting.
Okay.
So when we met on Tuesday, actually he requested that I give him a laptop. He wanted to give to his grandsons and all that. I said, National Vice Chairman, so we there. A simple matter. So I gave him 2. So that Tuesday, he was thanking me. I always call him my father, talk, and then National Chairman announced to us at the meeting that there was this program that they were going to attend in Obuasi, and they needed senior officials like the FEC members to be present. But he had already had some program lined out, so he was not able to go. He won't be able to go. So he needed another person. And General Secretary also said, it's too short, it's just been announced, and the thing is tomorrow, because he has some other program he has penciled to attend. Then Kobe Ballon suggested that, look, National Vice Chairman, you are here, Dr. Sapon. It's from your region. You should represent us. And he's the type he would never resist anything FEC will ask him to do. That was the kind of person he was, Dr. Sapon. Very passionate for the NDC. When it comes to NDC and his programs, unannounced, he will go. That's how he was. So everybody say, Dr. Sapon, this one there, you have to go. That's how he joined it. No, the FEC was goodbying him like that. In fact, I'm told his driver collapsed because he drove him to. Yes, he drove him Air Force Base for the month. He hadn't even reached the office when this news broke because of traffic and all that. So as soon as he got down and they hit him with their story, he collapsed. They had to rush him to 37 because he didn't believe this. He drove the man to the Air Force Base.
Little did you know that was going to be
the last he was going to do. And then the Abuaji, Abuaji, candidate for Boasi he also works with NADMO. He's a deputy executive director of NADMO.
Okay.
Abuaji
is it for the region?
No, for the national.
Oh, for national?
Yes, national. So he was representing NADMO in the delegation because the minister was supposed to be there. Interior Minister, Muntaka. That's why he broke down. Because he would have been part of the names that we are mentioning.
Yeah.
Muntaka was going to be part of them.
I'm told with Sammy Gyamfi.
Yes, they were going to join the team. And that's why he broke down. Because therefore, it was just with some few minutes for him to come. I think something took him off. He has to stay back in the office to deal with. And then they had to go. And you know,
You mean Muntaka?
Muntaka, yes. He was to join them.
Yeah, His Excellency the President was the guest of honor.
Yes, the President was going. And the interesting thing is that this one, the heli was to go and come back and pick the second delegation.
Hey!
That was this thing. And this thing just happened. Limuna, another gentleman par excellence. I worked closely. When I got to know Limuna very well when he became the regional minister. At that time, I was then the regional director of election for the NDC, as well as the regional treasurer. When he came in, we worked very closely. Limuna will always ask you, how do we go about this? How do we go about this? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Because he knows that we were in the political terrain and he was now joining us up. And then we worked closely until he was reshuffled to our Greek ministry. That this joint didn't come. We're still together. And you know, after we lost power in 2016, he worked closely with His Excellency John Dramani, to the extent when His Excellency established his farm at Busuna around this place, Limuna was part of the team managing the farms. That's why people were not hearing from him, because he was managing His Excellency household and then the farms and all that. He's passionate when it comes to Greek and then human relations and all. Fantastic. And so a friend of mine is staying with him, who happened to be our secretary at FEC, living in his house. Limuna was not interested in getting any job. He didn't want any job. He said he wanted to continue this Greek thing he's doing with the president and do his business and other things. He wasn't interested in public service job anymore. But you know our math, pressure. The government is in power. You are not getting job, as if they have forgotten of him. That's why he reluctantly went in for, you know, his appointment just came about 2 weeks ago.
He's deputy to Razak.
Deputy to Razak.
Yes.
He wasn't interested. But he said, well, since the pressure is there and the presidency also wants me to save the nation, why not? He cannot tell the president, I won't do the job. It's called duty. So he accepted to work with Razak as a deputy. I think this is his first assignment. Yes. First major assignment is with this team. And we lost this. I said, from morning at the time it happened up to evening, I couldn't control myself. 5 important personalities like this. It hits us hard as a nation. And 3 young men, the airmen. 3 young men. Anala, I know his father. His father was also a squadron leader from science and tech and all that. 3 young guys. Just lost them like that. We have to thank His Excellency for declaring 3-day national mourning. I mean, it's for everybody. These were fine brains, especially when you take Muntaka and the guy is speaking and even when she put pen and paper together, you know that this is a brainy guy. He knows his stuff. After my boss, if I'm going to talk about him, Omane Boamah, we'll talk up to evening. We'll end the show. He was a friend, a father, and a teacher. I was learning, the man had a library, full library in his house. Omane from the office, he doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't have friends, so he will go and sit anywhere, straight to his house, to the library. That's how he was. He wrote a book. He was about launching the book this year.
Yeah, he's launched one already.
Yes.
Which was, I think, was about nukes?
Yes, nukes. Yes. This one is about Atamials.
Oh.
I'm telling you, the stuff he's put in there, that book would have hit the political landscape and reshaped the way it is. He finished it. In fact, I'm sure he wanted to launch it in, I think, in September, because we're forcing him to write a book on the election, 2024, how we transverse up to this. Then he said, yes, because of the Atamials book, he wants to launch that one and then continue. No, he started writing the book, we didn't even know. He started writing the book about what happened in 2024, the strategy, the plan, the processes and all that, how we navigate the processes and this body camera thing.
Oh, I think that's the book,
that is
isn't it?
That is it, that's the book.
Oh, A Peaceful Man.
Yes. That's
wow.
it, that's the book.
Wow. Oh, Omane Boamah, that's it, I see.
Yes.
A peaceful man in an African democracy.
I'm telling you.
Oh, so
the stuff in the
ready.
book.
It was
it's ready. Everything is set. Waiting to be launched. Such a brainy chap. And he was writing on election too. That is the painful aspect. Moro, Omane was an institution when it came to election. People didn't know. He knows his flair. When you hear him talk to people, I was just an arrowhead talking. It was coming from Omane. You see, you know, he was a type who didn't like talking plenty. So I was just a striker. They pass the ball and they'll fire. But the real footwork and all this was coming from him, Madi, Yaira, and then Ataboate. We had a team, and everybody knew who was going to strike what. So prepare everything, and then computer, go and fire. Go in. And one of the fond memories I will always cherish, and I said I will continue to choose him even in the next world as my boss, was the day the Electoral Commission came out with the register with that summaries, totals. Omane told me, keep your eye on these people, on the ball. This will make or break NDC. If you falter here, we have doom. Keep your eye on it. Don't fear. That is how we survived. We held them after midnight and refused to accept anything thrown at us. And so when he came out with the body cameras thing, people thought it's just a normal body camera. It's a code. It is only the team that can decode it for you. It was a strategy that was coded with the term body cameras. So on December 7th, 2024, when he announced midday, activate body cameras, people didn't understand. They thought we had some cameras in their bodies, and it was a code. And we knew how it was going to be played. He's gone. We know it. We will keep it alive. We will still keep the code for another important activities that the party will call us to come and do. This was the man we're talking about. And the team he assembled trained us together, worked together with them, opened our eyes about certain things, how to go about matters of this nature. And then when we came to power, he wanted to make sure that the party agents who worked for the party, the trainers, the instructors, everybody will have his or her due. He started it. And it was working. A good number of them are in places. And the next month, we're going into the instructors and trainers as well as the party agents who worked across the 80,000 polling stations. We had very beautiful plans work out. This was a strategist. This meeting I'm talking about, that meeting was not for jokers on that day. And so all these things, when you reflect back and sit down, we've lost him. I said, no, it's a dream. It cannot be true. Full of life. Full of life. If it was to be health will not kill Omane more for now. Health-wise. The man doesn't joke with his health. Eating the kind of food he eats, he's always moving with sanitizer, and to make sure that even COVID has gone, he has his masks always with him. You know, he's a seasoned doctor. Mm. So he will always tell you, you take your life for granted. You people, you eat by heart. Anytime you go and say you want lunch, this thing time, that's not the time to be eating. He will always cool us. When you are in a meeting, sometimes Mad will say, you know your boss doesn't like eating, or you will sneak and let's go and eat and come. Because for him, he can sit from morning after, only tea or some small thing. This day, it was a serious day, what we are just showing over there. It wasn't for jokers. We didn't get the victory on silver platter. We had to follow up because we knew what our opponents were planning with the EC. And such a fine brain, is gone. Moro, we have lost a gem.